Serena Williams just in the last, I guess, hour or so has. It's funny because there's some people are reporting it has suggested, but she basically said she's retiring after the U.S. Open to concentrate on things that are, more important to her. I'm assuming family and empire building. Yeah. So, I feel like this is going to be a big hole left by Serena Williams. We've had a taste of it without her lately, but now it's going to be official.
Yeah. And I mean, she's obvious. I mean, this goes without saying, but one of the greatest athletes ever. I think the greatest female athlete ever. And I think that she was one of the people that proved that women's sports can be as highly rated and as intriguing as their male counterparts in the right context. Like, we haven't yet had an opportunity to where, and I don't know what female athlete would have to come around for the WNBA to gain the type of traction compared to the NBA that the women's tour gained compared to the men's tour. But Serena being American, Serena being so overwhelming, the fact that we saw her from the very beginning because her sister was already a superstar, and then she was just, she's going to have, I know she's, unless she wins the U.S. Open, going to, I guess, fall one shy of passing Margaret Court, but she's going to have every tennis record that matters, and it also feels like she probably could have won 15 more if she didn't have her hands in so many other endeavors and empire building, like you said, and is just an all-time legendary American athlete. And you're right, like, I don't know Simona Halep is not going to get people excited the way, there is no one, I don't think Osaka is as naturally gifted as Serena. I don't know. I think she is a truly once-in-a-lifetime athlete.
We need like a female Kyrgios. If we could get a female Kyrgios, I feel like that could be the person.
Sure.
That would maybe, at least I can only speak personally, like that I would be interested in. You know what's crazy about that, mentioning when she first started? People may not remember this. I do remember it because she was just the little sister. Like, we only knew Venus. And we're like, oh, okay, so her sister plays tennis too. Okay, great. And it was not long before she was the story. And it's crazy for me to remember that because it wasn't that long ago. Seems like it was, but it wasn't.
It was because Venus came out and Venus was the best in the world.
Yeah.
And no one assumed that her little sister was going to be better than her because she was the best in the world. And in short order, it wasn't even close. It was demonstrable and it was not debatable. And it also, by the way, speaks to, on the men's side of things, obviously, you have three guys with 20 plus majors and they all played around the same time. And it's like, hold on, if one of them didn't play tennis, would one of these guys have 35 majors? And you wonder with Venus and Serena, if Venus didn't play, if Venus, you know what I mean, you had the story they had, but then said, I'm going to do something else, would Serena have 30? Or flip side, if Serena didn't play,
oh my gosh,
would Venus have gotten to 15 or whatever
Probably.
It was? I think so. I mean, she was just, and I go to the U.S. Open every year. We don't talk tennis on the show because it's not a great television sports talk thing, but I love tennis. Tennis in person is awesome. Mm-hmm. And I have made two really bad strategic ticket buying errors, Michelle, because I bought 4 season tickets to the Brooklyn Nets 5 days before KD demanded a trade. I'm going to go ahead and say I bought at the top of the market. I'm going to go ahead and say that was a bad call.
That is not good business.
And I was offered last week to buy U.S. Open tickets. Uh-oh. And I was like, every year I buy them like as I'm walking up to the stadium.
Right.
You know what I mean? Once the day's already started and I get them for 40% off. But now that every Serena match could be her final match, I feel like those tickets are going to double or higher. So yeah, bad job by me.
That was tough,
times
though.
over.
That one, look, you can't. It is going to make the U.S. Open. Well, it was already must watch. I mean, the Grand Slams, but it's going to be interesting. I'm kind of glad she told us before. Normally, I'd be like, oh, look at me, la la la. But she deserves it, and so I'm glad we know that she's planning on retiring afterwards, so we can sort of treasure it and watch it, and they can give her all the tributes that they're going to give her, and I'm all here for it. So you'll get those tickets back. It'll happen.
No, listen, no, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna pay through the nose for it. But it will be very cool for the New York crowd.
Yeah.
To be when she hasn't always obviously been treated great by tennis crowds.
Shocking.
For the New York crowd, I would imagine will give her a standing ovation before and after every match, as long as she's in the tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited for that.